So in today's class, we will discuss about the in today's class we will discuss about the important questions with regard to the metrology. Okay. So metrology, as I told you in the previous class, you are very well aware that it is a science of measurements. So the questions from this chapter may be asked like this. Number 1, what do you mean by metrology? This is a straight question. Okay, it is a straight question from the textbook. Directly from the textbook you can answer the question. So as you know, metrology is a science of measurements, that you can write very well. Then how will you measure the line standards? This is one more question with regard to the short answer questions. Which will carry usually 1 mark. So line standards are measured by steel rule. So this is the answer for the above question. So again the another question may come up like this. End standards will be measured by which instruments? So the answer for this question is, as you know, the end standards cannot be measured by a steel rule. So then you have to write the answer like this. For measuring the end standards, we go for a specialized measuring instrument called micrometer. This instrument will hold the workpiece, will hold the both sides of the workpiece, and it will show the length of the given circular rod. Okay. In this way you have to answer the question. Next, another question you may face is, that what do you understand by the term calibration? So what do you mean by calibration? That is his intention. Calibration I have already explained in the previous class. Calibration is nothing but the measurement of measuring instruments. Okay. Calibration is nothing but the measurement of measuring instruments. So then again a question will come up, what is the need to measure the measuring instruments? This is one more question which will be asked in a different style. So in a different style, different fashion, different alteration of questions also will be asked for one more question, short questions. So for this you have to frame an answer like this. All the measuring instruments, if you continuously use for a period of 4 to 5 years or longer periods, what it will happen, wear and tear of the workpiece will take place. Due to wear and tear of the workpiece, what will happen, it will lose its accuracy as well as precision. Okay. Then arises the need of calibration. Okay. So shall we calibrate all the instruments available in the industry? This is one more question. So the answer for this question is, we will not calibrate all the measuring instruments. Instead of that, we will take a few instruments. Suppose micrometers are there, Vernier calipers are there, optical flats are there, 1000 optical flats are there. If a thousand optical flats are consisting of one lot is equal to 1000 optical flats. Out of one lot of 1000 optical flats, we will pick only 5 optical plots and we will perform the calibration operation. Okay. If all the 5 optical plots are up to the standards, then the entire lot is said to be a okay for the measurement purpose. Okay. So in this way calibration will be carried out. The next thing is that what is Sandbar? This is one more question. Sandbar is a measuring instrument used for the measurement of angles. Okay. So like this you have to answer the question. So again another question will be like this, why it is so named for the instrument Sandbar? అంటే సైన్ బార్కు అనే ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్కు ఆ విధంగా పేరు పెట్టడం ఎందుకు జరిగింది అని అడుగుతారు. సో హియర్ ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ సీ Sandbar utilizes the slip gauges for measuring the angles. So Sandbar is having rollers, upper rollers and bottom rollers, and it is in the inclined shape. So if you put it on the work table, it is in the inclined shape. So alongside the sandbar we will place the slip gauges one over the other. Then we will measure this height of the upper rollers. Okay, the last slip gauge which will touch the upper roller, we will take that. Okay, suppose 10 slip gauges are needed to touch the upper surface of this upper rollers with different thicknesses, like 5252 is one set, 5252 is another set. There are 8 gauges, again 52, total 10 gauges. So 5252 is 14. Okay, again 14, 28. Then 52, 7. 35 mm is the height of the upper rollers. 35 mm is the height of the upper rollers. Okay, so like that, if you draw a parallel line alongside with reference to the bottom rollers, then the angle between the hypotenuse and parallel line, that is theta. If you take sin theta is equal to capital H by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is nothing, here is nothing but the distance between the rollers. Okay, distance between the rollers. Okay, so like this, because theta, sin theta is used for measuring the angles, the name is kept as Sandbar. Okay, then again, how will you measure the angle with the help of angle gauges? This is one more question. Okay, angle for measuring the angles, what we can say is that different angle gauges are used. Okay, right from small angles to the variety of angles, wider angles, different angle gauges are used. That we have to answer like that. Then go for the questions like questions based on the surface roughness instruments. List out various surface roughness instruments. For measuring the surface roughness, we have various instruments, measuring instruments, like optical flat, profilometer, autocollimeter, interferometer. Okay, so these are the various 4 surface roughness measuring instruments. Okay, you have to write down. Then question may be asked, how will you measure the surface roughness using optical flat? Or the same question may be asked in another way. What is the working principle of optical flat? So optical flat generally uses the light source. From the light source, light waves will travel through the object and get scattered by making an angle with the object. If the angle is small, then it is said to be a clear surface or the surface without any defects. If the same light waves will scatter by making a wide angle, then it is assumed that there are surface defects like scratches, blowholes, other technical defects are there on the surface. Okay. So, with the interference of light waves, we can measure the surface roughness of given object. Okay. Then we will go for, again they will ask how will you use the profilometer. The profilometer will be used. So, how will you use the profilometer? This is the question. The answer for this is, the profilometer is used to measure the surface roughness as well as the profile of a given surface. Okay. So, this is the answer for the given question. So, next question may be asked, explain